there's always this question of, let's say, indexation versus picking. And, everyone hopes to be able to pick which hedge fund managers are going to be the right tail, incredible performers, et cetera. And a lot of people think that they can pick. The reality is that if you look through time, while the hedge fund industry as a whole, their strategies generate a fair amount of alpha, particularly before you start charging the fees, no individual managers in general do not have outperformance persistence that's any better than random selection. Like, of course, if you take 3,000 managers, some managers will persist in being the top quartile or the top, above median returns for an extended period of time. But the frequency in which that occurs is no better than random chance. And so while there's a lot of people who think that they can pick which fund, and they will spin up every story imaginable, and I'm telling you, I've heard them all, about why one manager is likely to be better than another, the reality is they cannot pick because the information that they pick, which is backward-looking, they use to pick, which is mostly backward-looking returns, gives you no information value on whether they're likely to be an outperformer in the future. And so I think that's a tension. And that's a tension that's, like Bogle 75 years ago was like dealing with the same problem. It's like, why not pick the S&P 500 stocks that only go up? It's like, yeah, but you can't, So indexation is a big part of it. And then I think another question that's always the issue at hand is replication versus direct investment. So talking about replication is inevitably imperfect. That's the way it works. It's imperfect. And there's a trade-off between the imperfection of that replication and, the ability to get diversification. And so if you think about you have to think about this as a trade-off: imperfect replication, but better diversified, lower cost, more tax efficient. And ultimately what matters for investors is not, how perfect your replication is. It's, what is the return after you pay the fees, after you pay the taxes? What is that compounded return over time? That's really what they care about.